Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about my newest sneakers. This is the Allbirds Canvas Pacer. I always want to call them the Plant Pacer, which I have reviewed on here before, that were made out of mirum. These have an organic cotton upper. I've been wearing them for the last few days. They're a recent release from Allbirds, and I just want to talk you through my first impressions about them, how I think they're going to wear in the future. Just kind of a mini review since they've just come out, so I can help you decide if you want to make this purchase or not. I am an Allbirds affiliate, and with my code you can get a free pair of socks with your purchase of these. I'll leave the information about how to do that in the description box. Although I'm an affiliate, they did not pay me to do this review. I did buy these with my own money, so I am excited to talk you through them. So first, let's get a closer look at the shoe. I am going to leave the laces undone right now. They're very lightweight. You've got that nice canvas upper, the sweet foam, which I believe is made out of sugarcane insole, and then they also have some tencel, and the very back of the shoe inside is made out of wool. So this is not a fully vegan shoe if you're someone who doesn't like wool. It does not have leather, I believe. It does have this textured, I'm gonna say, it has like a little bit of a texture to it, detail right here, then the soft upper, the tongue inside, I'm not sure if you can see that, maybe on this one a bit better. The tongue inside is kind of thin at the end. When I first put them on, I did find that the tongue rolled a little bit, which wasn't comfortable, but I fixed that, and now every time I put them on, I make sure I put them on well, and that has not been a problem since. Sorry, the soles are a little bit dirty because, again, I have been wearing them a ton over the last few days, and they're really quite lovely. The laces are recycled polyester, that I know. There's definitely some other materials inside. Here is the insole. My initial impression of these has been quite positive. I find them very comfortable. This is nice and thick. It's a really comfortable, cozy insole. I think a white sneaker that's washable is key. In fact, it's the reason that one of the big reasons that I'm selling my previous pair of white sneakers, and I'll do a whole video on that. I do think that they're really lightweight. The laces are nice. They go up to like a nice place on your foot, so you can really customize them how you'd like, but it feels very secure on my foot. The upper is quite breathable. So to me, that was really important. I'm gonna wear a white sneaker all the time in the summer. My foot has definitely gotten some sweat in these, but they're breathable. It doesn't smell. They've done pretty well for a sneaker. I think these are a classic chic shoe. I would say that they're basically the grown-up equivalent of like a Converse or a Vans, like a Keds, the shoes that we had when we were growing up. To me, Allbirds is such a great company. I really love the sustainability behind it. I love the natural materials of this. I'm very pleased with this shoe in general. Someone who's not gonna wear socks with sneakers the majority of the time. I know it's better for your foot. I know you're supposed to do that, but getting out of the door, getting the kids out of the door, the last thing that I have time to do is run upstairs to get a pair of socks. I just don't wear them typically. So it's just not for me realistic. And these, although I believe are supposed to be worn with socks, they have worked well for at least the last few days without them. I don't have any blisters from them. Again, like sweat and everything, they seem to do pretty well with. So I've been really happy with that. There are a few parts of the shoe that are already starting to wear. Because it's a knit upper, it's going to pill a little bit. So like this right here pills a tiny bit. You can see like a little bit right there. They are going to get a little scuffed up. Another thing I've noticed while I've been wearing them is that you may be able to see it on here a little bit, but I've definitely noticed it more while wearing, is they are starting to wrinkle a little bit. I know that they will continue to wrinkle, and they're gonna look more casual quickly. If you're okay with that worn in casual look, then these are gonna work for you. But if you want like a super chic shoe that is going to stay looking pristine all the time, this is not the shoe for you. You can wash the stains off of it again, which is super key for me in terms of a white sneaker, but it is going to look like a lived-in white sneaker pretty quickly. The other thing I've noticed when I've been wearing them out in the sunlight is that although I got the fully white shoe, these are the blizzard color and it's the blizzard's like blizzard sole, or at least the white sole with the blizzard. There's a lot of different combinations out there. This is multiple shades of white in one, and you can see it a little bit in the sunlight. This threading looks very bright white against this, and then you've got this color, and then you've got the sole, and then you've got the laces, and even the eyelets. All of those are different shades of white, or I wouldn't necessarily say cream, but like white and off-white. So it's not going to be a fully uniformed white shoe. That's not something that bothers me at all, but it is something that I have noticed in the bright sunlight. In terms of sizing, I do size up in these. I typically wear a 6, but I wear a 6.5 in these. I could probably get away with a 6, but I think the roundness of the toe, my foot is kind of wide at the ball of my foot. I feel like it's hitting me at the right spot to be the widest part. So I could go down a little bit and I think it would be fine, but I'm very happy with the 6.5. And if I was going to wear socks with them, I would definitely want the 6.5. So for me, it was worth it to size up a little bit. I will say it's also the same size that I wear in the Tree Dashers. I think that's what they're called. That shoe to me has been a really great, comfortable, everyday shoe. More meant to be worn without socks. But I will say that this, I think, will wear quite differently from that. I've had to replace that shoe every year because it's gotten holes in the knit upper, and then that's something that I've noticed in general with Allbirds happens, but in that shoe in particular, I'm wearing it all the time as a sneaker. Toenail will just continue to kind of hit that knit upper and create a hole. These feel more substantial and a thicker woven, I don't want to say knit, but a thicker woven fabric material, that it doesn't feel like that's going to happen as quickly. Doesn't mean that you can't see my toes through it. Fingers around in here, you can see that. A pretty thick material there, which is really lovely. And even though it's going to wrinkle and you might be able to see toes a little bit, I found that it is significantly less than in the majority of Allbirds. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons that I don't like a lot of the typical like wool or tree loungers or like those kinds of sneakers. You can just see your toes too much and they create holes too quickly. This is a much better shoe in that regard. Again, it will wrinkle. You will be able to see your toes a little bit, but one of the reasons I like the Dasher is the way that the insole positions your foot. You don't notice the toe as much, but it does still create the hole. So I think that this is going to wear longer than any of those other styles. So I hope that that was helpful. If you have any questions about these shoes, please do leave them down below. Again, my information for getting your free pair of socks with purchase is in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a future video. Bye.